What's up, everybody? You are here for a special episode where we are debuting the release of the Moonwalk app. I am super excited for this one, and we're going to have a full live demo of this on video. So check out YouTube, check out Drip. It's on there. I'm super excited. Let's get to the show.
Caitlin, how we doing today?
I'm great. I'm super excited to show you around V1 of this app. It's been a long time coming, and I think it's going to be a much easier way to help more and more people form healthy habits. So it's a big first step for us.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it too. I feel like this has been the one thing in the way of me sharing this with everybody. So I'm really excited to see the app, and let's see what we got.
Yeah, so this is V1 of the Moonwalk Fitness app on iOS. For anyone wondering, just putting it out there first and foremost, we are also going to be putting out an Android app in Google Play Store. Just a matter of dev prioritization. So starting with iOS, the Android app will follow shortly after within the month. No public timeline on when that will be, but obviously working on getting that out very fast as a lot of our users are Android native and want to focus on that just to make it really accessible. And that's what all of this is about really, is making this product that is built on Solana, but built for mainstream consumer accessible. And that starts with having an iOS and Android app. You can press one button, the entire experience is all in one spot. There's a lot of customizable features, social features, both now and in the future that we're going to build, which I can talk about. And like I said before, it's been a long time coming. So we can get into it here. First things first, you can see your step count at the top. You can see the moon that kind of shows your step count throughout the day as it progresses. This is not anything new. We wanted to keep that within the app so you can see that I still need to get my steps in for the day. We've added in a little bit of kind of a weather component. If people are interested in showing the weather in their area, they're able to do so by opting into that. And you can swipe over to see your total steps, total games you participated in, and total miles. So just headline stats. We have a broader stats page I'll show you as well. But the first thing that we want to do is get people into step contests. So it makes sense that the first thing you see is our games page. There are official games, which are those created by the Moonwalk team, just to make sure that there are always contests for people that maybe want higher or lower entry deposits, people that are aiming for a specific step goal, people that want to join games specifically in BONK or Solana. There are always going to be contests coming up, whether you're coming to this app on your own or with a group. And then if you go back, you'll see community games. We started our global ambassador program late last year and wanted to give the community members the ability to create their own public contests as well. Want to have a really broad variety of games for people to join at any time. And this helps with that. So you can see that there's a whole list of games here, but there are a lot of them, right? So how do you
And
filter through? Oh, sorry, go
and
ahead.
1 second on those. Sorry, and is that just ambassadors that are creating those games, or can anybody create games on there?
Oh, that's a good clarification. Thank you. So the community games page, these are public games that anyone has the ability to join. That permission is only given for a select group of people in our ambassador program at the moment. If we opened it up to everyone, it would be very easily spammed. And I fear for what we would see. But any participant in Moonwalk who has finished at least 3 step contests has the ability to create private games. And I'll show you what that looks like on here as well. We want everyone to have the ability to create contests, but if we let everyone have public game permissions, this page would be impossible to sort through. So if you keep scrolling down, we now have a section for joined games as well. I can see ones that I've completed. I can see ones where I still need to claim the prize for hitting my step goals, as you can see in that Stepsember game. You can click that button and you'll be able to kind of claim back your initial deposit plus any prizes if there are any. And next, created games. So if you want to look back and see any of the games that you've made in the past, you're able to see that all in one place. This was something that our community members asked for specifically to make tracking a bit easier. And what I think is the most exciting thing that we've added on this page specifically is categories. With the high number of games that are available at any given time, people have different preferences. So we want to let people sort through games depending on what they're looking for. First, we're going through entry deposit type, which is USDC, Solana, or BONK. But if you slide over, you can see entry deposit amounts, whether you want to put in a very small amount, whether you're more of a whale and want to put up a big entry deposit to hold yourself accountable. You're able to sort through games in that way as well. and also by difficulty or daily step goal. So if I'm just getting started, I probably want to start with stroll games, which are a lower daily step goal. If I am someone who's been using the platform for a long time and I want to challenge myself, I can look in the shred category and see higher step count games. None of these are ever going to be, unhealthy amounts. We don't want to encourage people to do any sort of activity that could end up injuring them or end up being net negative. But even in the 10, 12, 14K range, we've seen interest from users who want to push themselves. So we have that categorization there. And then also filtering by the length of the contest. Some contests last as little as 1 day, and some are even 90 days or more. So being able to sort through all of that. And then lastly, game creation. So again, any user that's completed at least 3 games will have the ability to create private step contests. If you are given permissions for public games, you're able to do that as well. And you can kind of go through this game creation widget to set up custom step contests of your own at any given time. If we go to the left, and I'll go through the rest of this more quickly, you can see the Moonwalk Global Leaderboard. Moonwalk Ascent is our experience points program that rewards dedication and efforts in the Moonwalk community. We want to allow users to climb the global leaderboards, earn experience points, and become eligible for future rewards. We haven't put out specifically what those rewards will be, but I do think that the leaderboard component of this is a fun way to further gamify the experience to see where you stack up.
Definitely.
Next to the left, you'll see your stats page. So we wanted to give a space where people can dive a little bit more deeply into their performance. You can see my activity at the top for the past week or two. You can see that I missed on Christmas Day, I believe, by 17 steps on my goal, which will haunt me for a very long time. But you're able to look back and see whether you hit your goals or not with those check marks. You can see your averages for steps taken over the week, 2 weeks, and month. And then also streaks, which is something that I know a lot of people are interested in. You can see streaks based on kind of our activity categorization, stroll, stride, and shred, depending on what your daily step goal is. You can see what your current streak is of hitting that goal and what your longest streak is historically. We've also added in achievements. As you progress through Moonwalk and your fitness journey, we want you to be able to look back on your achievements and fitness milestones. So we have a variety of badges here that you can kind of achieve and collect as you go. You can see that the ones that you haven't earned yet are locked, but you're able to see what that information is. And then the wallet page, this will kind of evolve as the app does, because the end state of the product will be mainstream consumers not necessarily needing crypto or needing to know that this is a product even built on chain. You'll have the ability to enter games with fiat, so credit card, bank account, that sort of thing. You'll be able to see all games denominated in credits, credit equal to 1 USDC. So that way it just sort of standardizes every part of the user experience for how users are entering games, the prizes they're collecting, what they need to enter, and so on. But right now you can see your balance for Solana, USDC, and BONK. You can see credits and have the ability to add credits by purchasing them with USDC. You have the ability to send them to other players in the app, which leads me to the last page for right now, which is your profile. I mentioned the achievement badges before. You're able to customize your profile by adding whatever achievements you're most proud of and want to highlight onto your profile. You can customize your profile picture, and you have the ability to add friends. So I'll look you up right now. I'll send over that request. And that way, yeah, you're able to add in, I'll be able to invite my friends to games. I can go to your profile and kind of see the achievements that you've unlocked in your Highline stepping stat. And eventually, kind of with where the product's going to progress, you can understand where we would go with this, of making it much more socially engaging within the product itself. We have games right now, we have communities that are forming, but I think to be able to have, walking or running or fitness groups and communities within this app is going to be really important moving forward, and having more of like a chat feature and a way to engage with other players. We've been pushing in-person events, which I think is where the rubber really meets the road on this product and its stickiness and the communities that are formed. So we'll have a way to feature in-person or online events as well. A lot of different ways that we could and plan to go with this from a social perspective to make it more engaging, but this friends feature is just the start. Next, you can see your referrals. You can see that I have a lot of them. I've been using Moonwalk well since before I was ever on the team, so I have quite a lot of them. And going back to our points program, if you want to climb the leaderboard, you earn 10% of the XP gained by anyone that you refer. And you can see what the math is on anyone that you've referred to the platform and kind of what they're doing to contribute to your XP. So something to keep in mind there. You can see your referral link as well. We have a QR code in the upper left-hand corner if you want to scan that to help onboard someone quickly. Step providers, which is pretty standard. We've already had this in the platform today, obviously, to track your activity. And support as well. If you have any sort of issues with your step tracking, any issues with your entry deposits, planning prizes, you're able to message our support team. They'll get right back to you. So that's the product today. And I want to emphasize that this is V1. I'm super proud of what the experience is like right now, but what I get most excited about is the ways in which this product can expand, just in terms of the different biometric data that you're tracking within the app related to your health, outside of just steps, the different types of contests that we have. So how we further gamify fitness beyond just your daily step count. There's a lot of ways that we want to go with this, but we want to nail down the baseline experience for the user first and foremost to make sure that that's really smooth. That's the main demo for right now. I'm happy to answer any questions of like where we're at right now or where we're going with it.
Yeah, I think that this is great. I think this is like exactly what I wanted out of the app. So I think it's perfect. Two questions. Is it going to be available worldwide, or are there any like geo restrictions to it?
No geo restrictions. In
Wow.
some states and potentially some other jurisdictions, there may be limitations around the entry deposit that you put up for a game and whether there could be a financial component to it. However, if you are in one of those areas, there's still the ability to play on what we call spectator mode, or the ability to play for free, but still in the competition. Unfortunately, that's just more of like a depending on the state that you're in or the country. But generally speaking, you should be able to use this product anywhere. And we've made it a little bit more flexible as well to help with that. I'd also add that even in the onboarding experience, which is a little bit of a tangent, but this reminded me, we want to get users comfortable with the product without necessarily needing to put money in up front. So as part of the onboarding process, which I can't show you because I'm logged in right now, we analyze your fitness activity that you've done in the past and kind of see where your benchmark is for activity. We recommend games for you, and we allow you to join those on spectator mode where you don't need to put money up right away to get started, just so you can get familiar with the product and how it works.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. One more question that I was thinking about. So, you mentioned that you just had a game where you didn't quite hit your limit. I did the same thing where I was like 75 steps short. Or is there any way that there's going to be like notifications in there for this type of thing, or are there notifications in the app?
Yeah, so that's a great point. And that's something I should have mentioned as well. One of the best parts of having a full in-app experience is the ability to customize and add in notifications, whether in-app or on your phone. And that's something that our team is thinking about a lot from a behavioral perspective in terms of forming healthy habits too. Like people need a nudge, right? So if I'm in a contest and it's getting towards the end of the day, I would love to be reminded that I haven't hit my goal. Or if I'm close to maintaining a streak, but I haven't quite gotten there yet, I'd love to push.
Yeah.
I'd love a push to be reminded to join games. I'd love reminders that a game is, getting close to completion or that I have prizes to claim. That's something that we're thinking about a lot and something that is obviously very kind of customizable and can be built out more and more as we go. You'll see the notifications section on this upper right-hand corner. Right now, it just shows friend requests, game invites, and news. But news could be product pushes from the team. You could get notifications on activity in your games, and kind of nudges as well. So that's something that we're building out and thinking through pretty heavily. It's a really important part of the experience. Even thinking of Duolingo as an example, right? One reason that I think their app has succeeded in user retention, just virality, and just being successful in general is the notifications that they bring and the nudges that they give to users. It's never too much. You don't feel like you're getting spammed. I think that that's an important distinction, but they do a good job of reminding you of the things that you need to be reminded of when you need to be reminded of them. So we're trying to follow that same framework.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost too much from
Yeah.
Duolingo. When you sign up for it, you're going for it.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. I like the chat feature too. I can imagine being in like a group chat and kind of nudge them to get those last few steps in.
Yeah. It's further part of the gamification, right? So I
Yeah.
think having that light competition and the ability to banter is something that's pretty important. And I also think for the social incentives part of this, not only are you in a contest, but this is a group of people that you can engage with and, feel supported by. So, on the more light and fluffy side of things, I think that that's going to be really beneficial as well. So obviously no chat feature in the V1, but we're planning to pretty quickly iterate on this as we get feedback and it's along.
Sounds good. Well, I think that this is going to be the perfect way for people to start their new year off right, hold themselves accountable, and get some steps in. So I really appreciate you bringing the demo here, walking us through it, and I'm looking forward to using it myself.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Hopefully lots of people are moonwalking through 2025.
All right, there we have it. So once again, the app is now live. Check it out. Go to moonwalk.fit. Check out the App Store. Check out their Telegram chat. Download it and take it for a little test drive. It's definitely worth it. It's going to make your life a little bit better. And once again, huge thank you to Caitlin for coming on the show. Shout out to the legends that started Moonwalk. I am just a huge fan of this. I really want you guys to try it out, and I think it's going to help us all have a better 2025.